Notice that it asks us to find the coterminal angles for each of the following. So remember that with our coterminal angles, in our first example that we did with them, we added or we subtracted 360 degrees. But this time, because our angles are given to us in radians, we're going to need to add or subtract 2 pi. So notice that for the first two, it asks us for a positive angle, and for the last one, it asks us for a negative angle. So when we're adding or subtracting radians, it's mostly just going to be easiest to kind of pretend that the pi is not there. Because both of them have a pi, it's kind of like an x. I can add or subtract as long as they both have that pi in there with them. If one of them doesn't, then you're just going to need to plug into your calculator and get a decimal approximation. But otherwise, basically we're looking at 13 over 6 plus 2. We want to leave our answers exact, so we don't want to plug into our calculator, which means that we need to find a common denominator. So remember that our 2 is technically over a 1, so we're looking at the common denominator for 1 and 6, which is going to be 6. So we would need to multiply the 2 by 6 over 6. Now when we do that, that's going to change that second fraction to be 12 pi over 6. Simplifying, we get 25 over pi over 6. The second example is going to be very similar. I'm going to add 2 pi because, again, it asks us to find a positive coterminal angle. Notice this time we would need to multiply the top and the bottom by 4, so we get 8 pi over 4, which gives us an answer of 11 pi over 4. Lastly, on this one, they ask us to find a negative coterminal angle, so that's why we're going to subtract 2 pi this time instead, but really the process is pretty similar. We're just subtracting. So notice that our denominator this time is 3, so we need to find a common denominator with 3, so we get 6 pi over 3. So we have negative 2 pi over 3 minus 6 pi over 3, which is going to give us a negative 8 pi over